Join the conversation with the Morning Majlis, Pulse 95.
Yes, you can join the conversation with the Morning Majlis. We are talking about entertainment zones. We're talking about theme parks, indoor theme parks, you could say, family entertainment zones, as they're commonly known as. Now, Mikhail, you just told me that you went down a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to say I went down about 7 months ago. It was when my nephew came down. I've got this argument saying it's only for kids now. It's not for a person like me to go down and say, you know what?
That shouldn't always be the case.
That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah,
why did you say that?
In other arcade places, there are always adults, and depending on what facilities are available, and how exhilarating those rides could be, adults can come in for those exact reasons.
Do you know what's going to happen if I send a message on my friend's WhatsApp group to say, hey, do you fancy going to, whether any of these entertainment zones, whether it's Adventureland, whether it's one of these the planets or wherever you want to call them, and I would just be kicked out of the group.
Really?
Straight up. They'll be like,
this sort of like negative connotation.
It's not negative connotation. They'll just think I'm joking. They'll just say there's something wrong with me.
I think people should give theme parks and arcade games a chance, because I think they still hold up even years and years on end, and the experiences that you get from them can be very timeless.
Well,
don't you think, Peter?
Timeless experience. Well, we've got Peter Poyk here in the studios, a veteran in this industry. He's been in major theme parks in the nation's capital. He's also worked with a massive leisure group and leisure and entertainment group in the neighboring Emirates. Now he's here in Sharjah for the last 3 years. Wow. So let's start talking about, is it just a thing for the kids now, would you say?
Yeah, well, getting back to your earlier points, mate.
Okay.
It used to be, and it has this image of, kids' entertainment.
Yeah.
That's not longer the case. Now it's for the entire family, whether you're 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, or even older. We try to cater towards the entire family. That means not just the evergreen rides like carousels and roller coasters, which, by the way, are fun for grown-ups as well, but we try to also cater to young adults.
Okay.
Just to give you an example, we have this great motion simulator Formula One racing game, which is actually the one that real racers practice in.
Okay.
This is not something for a 5-year-old, but when you're 15 or 20, very exciting. Falcon Flight, which is a sort of a zip line sort of attraction. This is for teenagers. It's not for the little kids.
Yeah.
But then again, we have lots of things for small kids as well, for toddlers.
I think when you create a very accessible theme park for all ages, I think it's the perfect kind of model.
Right. Right. Well,
because we all, in a way, we all have a kid inside of us that just wants to go wild and free and just sort of, live it up a little.
Yeah.
And if you're able to do that in your theme park, you can get anybody to come back.
Well, you see now that we get families in or parents with very young kids. They go to the kids' canopy, put their toddler in there to play, and they go off shopping.
Yeah.
But then oftentimes you see the father coming back because he did notice some very exciting rally rides or redemption games or video games that he wants to try out. And I've seen it many times now. They come back with their friends. Mother goes shopping, and father with his friends goes and plays the games.
You see, it's all about really opening up to these things.
Yeah.
I know your friends might be joking, but if you give it a chance, maybe then you'll realize.
Well, they do tend to enjoy it. I mean, if you had like attractions such as a bowling alley in there, so whilst you're waiting for your cinema or in your film to start, you'd say, okay, what's the next thing to do? Go to an entertainment zone, which is right next to the cinema. So strategic placement tends to be very important. But if I were to say, let's scrap all our plans. We don't need to play with our cars now anymore. We just need to go inside and play interactive cars, and then they will just think there's something wrong with Abdul today.
But I think one of your biggest factor in any theme park are the reward systems.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to make it something that's kind of like attainable. Like if there's these cool prizes, and maybe if depending on what games you can play, if you're able to accumulate enough points for it, you can get it.
It absolutely drives the gaming and playing. We have people coming in playing the basketball game,
Mhm.
and you get redemption tickets. These tickets you
I
can
think
exchange for
I think that's
gifts.
the easiest one because people just
And
exploit.
they are so good at it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
basically costing us money.
Right.
But indeed, you want to be a winner. You want to get something out of it.
It's some kind of balance, you know.
Right.
Because I myself, I go to theme parks. Like I said, those vending machines, I
Mm.
always go to them, and I've been studying it for a while. I'm like,
Studying them. in
yeah,
fact.
a part of it is luck, a part of it is skill, and trying to find when the machine is gonna luck out, you know, and just taking that opportunity for yourself. Because I do remember there was just one person who won a Nintendo Switch from that one machine.
Really?
Yeah, and ever since then, I'm like, I'm every once in a while, I'm just passing by in the mall, and I see it there, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll cough up a little 50 or 100 to give myself that thing, you know, because it's that chance. For something, for a greater reward.
I
You
mean,
know?
we have games where, like the Wheel of Fortune, where you basically spin the wheel, and you have to be lucky to get a number of tickets.
Yeah.
Those are popular, but the ones that you need some skill, they're definitely a lot more popular.
Yes.
People want to get better and better at it.
And everybody will be watching when you're almost getting there. That you're close and you're at that last moment.
Wow.
All it takes is that perfect button, button press, and and everybody's gonna be there watching that. That's the beauty of the theme park itself.
Well, we'll have to be focusing a little bit more on that because we need to find out how, because there's a couple of texts coming in. They're talking about what goes behind the scenes. Like we go in, swipe our cards, had fun, but what goes in behind the scenes? And they're saying, okay, if this person just walks out my entertainment zone, how do I bring them back in? How do I keep them relevant? And how do we, think of these games? So all this will be discussed right here on the Morning Majlis.
95. The Morning Majlis, talking the stories that are shaping headlines. This is Pulse 95.
This is Pulse 95 and this is the Morning Majlis. A very warm welcome onto the program. We're talking about the world of entertainment zones and family entertainment destinations, leisure attractions. Now, there's been a text come in. Ahmed has texted in and he's asking about what goes behind the scenes of when it comes to the entertainment zone. So I'm guessing what he means is when we go into the theme park, we will enjoy it ourselves. Now we're walking out. What do you guys do after that? Do you sort of have a team meeting to say what's going on? Peter Poyk is in the studios with us.
It's no other than nothing other than another normal company. We have our marketing department, procurement, IT, HR. But of course, we sell a guest experience. We sell smiles. So we need to be very much in tune with the public, what they like, what they want. So that takes a lot of research. It helps having kids of your own. It means you need to visit other places. You need to go to exhibitions to see what is new out there. Generally, be in touch with your public to focus and to see how you can offer them entertainment that they will like and will bring them back.
Yeah, there's a big thing, isn't it? And Mikhail was talking. Mikhail and I were talking about this. That we go to different parts of the Emirates and different parts of the country. There's just too many malls. There's too many indoor and outdoor theme parks. Large infrastructure being created, but for such a small market, do we have way too many entertainment centers? And does that sort of make things a little bit challenging for an entity like you, even though you're a Sharjah brand, but still to remain relevant?
It's gone rather fast in the last, I'd say, 7 to 10 years. Don't want to say that the market is saturated, but there's a lot of new theme parks, of course, and a lot of new family entertainment centers that came in. With a limited population, that is somewhat of a challenge. I do believe that it will eventually work. At this point, I know lots of them are struggling to reach the sort of footfall that they need to really do well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one thing, isn't it? I mean, now we always focus on this, whether they need augmented reality and there's virtual realities, all these big buzzwords are there.
Yeah.
Now, for you to convince a person like me who has, they complain about, there's no spaces in the car park, as you've got to park your cars, take your nephew, your kids into the zones, then you buy the swipe card and you think, my bank balance is depreciating whilst their card is depreciating, they've had their fun. But how do you sort of convince a person like myself who'd be thinking, I don't want to spend too much, number one. Number two, hassle of going into an entertainment zones when I can buy him an app on a phone, or I can give him PS4?
Well,
It's a tough one.
that's still not the same
Okay.
to what we offer.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, having an indoor theme park, especially in a shopping mall, gives you so many options. You don't need to plan the day. You can go, whether you go to the supermarket or just run a little errand, you can pop in and you can decide to spend 10 or 50 dirhams or 500 dirhams. You're not stuck with one entrance price, so that makes all the difference in my view. There's something for everybody, for the entire family. There's no restrictions. There's the parking. I don't see that as a problem. And again, shopping malls tend to be in the center of a city anyway. Theme parks oftentimes are a little further away. That's something you need to plan over the weekend. But it's all quite convenient, and I think that gives us a little added value compared to other places.
And somewhat of a competitive edge,
Exactly.
because you provide this again, accessibility and affordability to your place.
Correct.
Where other big theme parks, you have to plan it out. You need a budget. You need to think of who you're going to bring with you.
Right.
And sometimes through this planning process, it just sort of you might even cancel it. But with the places like yours, what's interesting about it is when you go to a shopping mall, usually our impulses kick in. We want to buy this, we want to eat that, and when we pass by your theme park, we kind of want to go there.
Right.
And that's very important to have that little competitive
The face
edge.
value over there, isn't it? I mean, how do you sort of lure them in? Now, do you still rely on mascots? Do you still rely on your clowns and coming in? And
Of
bringing,
course,
yeah.
branding is important. We
Yeah.
do have a mascot, Leo the lion, and this is of course always attractive to younger kids. We walk around the mall, we go to schools with them, and people love taking pictures with that.
Okay.
And that's all part of branding your venue.
So these efforts, these extended efforts of going into schools continues to be relevant. That that you have to be.
It does, yes.
To be out there. Well, Peter, it was an absolute pleasure to bring you into the studios and discuss the world of entertainment. I think you've convinced myself to go down and experience.
I'm really
these-
tempted. I
Yeah.
do want to, I do pass by Adventureland every once in a while.
Yeah.
So I think I might stick around and see what you guys have.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me,
Yeah.
and welcome you to Adventureland. Anytime.
Well, we'll look forward to that.
Excited.
Exciting times for Sharjah indeed, and Sharjah's own entertainment area and entertainment market continues to grow as more industry reports comments on saying that the footfall is expected to rise. However, whether do you see it at the moment in malls, you never know. But when it comes to a person like me who says gone are the days, I don't want to be kicked out of my own group chats for recommending going to an entertainment zones.
But I'll say this,
Yeah.
arcade games, theme parks, they ain't going anywhere.
They aren't going anywhere.
They're always going to be there.
Oh,
Yes.
look at that. The statement, and I have to conclude our conversation with, I think I'll just have to message Mikhail to say, hey, can you take me down to a theme park? Well, stay tuned to the Morning Match. There's plenty to discuss, and thank you for your texts and coming in, and thank you very much to Peter Poyk once again. Stay tuned to Pulse 95.